The end of the Hormuz myth, how Trump turned the magic against the magician. For 47 years, the Mullahs regime in Tehran has practiced a policy of geopolitical blackmail against the entire world. Their winning card, the magic key they brandished in the face of every United States administration and the international community, was their ability to choke the global economy by controlling the Strait of Hormuz. This waterway, through which 20% of the world's oil passes, was transformed from a trade route into a tool of international terrorism. The regime used it to escape sanctions, fund militias, develop ballistic missiles, and advance its nuclear ambitions. But today, the rules of the game have fundamentally changed. President Donald Trump has found the magic solution that eluded all previous leaders. Instead of being held hostage by Iran's threats to close the strait, the United States has decided to lock the strait from the outside against Iran itself, shattering the key that terrified the world. For decades, the fear of skyrocketing oil prices acted as a brake preventing any decisive move against Tehran. Iran understood this international phobia and exploited it with devilish intelligence. Their message was always, "If you pressure us, we will burn the strait." The genius of the current Trump strategy lies in turning the magic against the magician. By imposing a suffocating blockade and drying up export sources from points far beyond Iran's reach, the magic key has been transferred from the mullahs' hands to Washington's. Hormuz is no longer a tool for blackmailing the world. It has become a noose tightening around the neck of the Iranian regime. The seismic impact, why the mullahs and China tremble. This bold idea strikes at the strategic interests of the regime and its enablers such as China. The lethal effects of this solution are clear. First, immediate economic bankruptcy. The Iranian regime relies almost entirely on oil revenues. Closing the export outlets means total insolvency. We are not talking about years, but a few short months before a total financial collapse. Second, the disintegration of the apparatus of oppression. The survival of the Revolutionary Guard and the Basij is tied to salaries. When the regime fails to pay these soldiers, these structures will crumble from within. Loyalty in a dictatorship is bought. When the money runs out, rebellion begins. Third, the collapse of regional arms. Cutting the Hormuz artery means cutting the lifeline to militias in Lebanon, Iraq, and Yemen. Without funds, these groups will vanish, leaving Iran's regional influence isolated. To ensure this leads to a stable future, the Trump administration must initiate formal channels with the Iranian opposition to build a transitional council. This move will prevent a security vacuum and give the Iranian people hope for a future beyond the rule of the turbans. The trap of negotiation. The history of the mullahs regime is a history of deception. Any move toward a negotiated solution now would be a lifeline thrown to a drowning man. Negotiation gives them a chance to catch their breath and receive frozen funds to pump life back into their veins. The regime has no morals. They will sign any paper while continuing to manufacture nuclear components and missiles in secret sites under the mountains. Negotiation now is a betrayal of the liberation forces inside Iran. Conditions for surrender, not negotiation. If the United States administration enters negotiations, the demands must reflect a total structural identity change. The conditions must be absolute. Zero uranium enrichment, total and permanent dismantling of all nuclear infrastructure. Zero support for terrorism, a verifiable end to the funding and arming of all regional proxies. Strict missile limitations, capping the arsenal at a maximum of 500 missiles with a flight range not exceeding 200 kilometers. Military spending caps. No more than 5% of national revenue may be allocated to armament and defense. Oil production quotas, limiting production to a maximum of 2 million barrels per day. International financial oversight, placing all oil revenues under strict international supervision to ensure the wealth is used for the welfare of the Iranian people. Dismantling the Revolutionary Guard and the Basij, dissolving the tools of domestic oppression and foreign terror. Dissolving the current constitution, drafting a new civil constitution that abolishes the guardianship of the jurist. Abolishing the Exporting the Revolution clause, removing the ideological mandate for regional interference. Legal accountability, establishing an international tribunal for the regime's crimes. Placing the mullahs on most wanted lists will isolate them completely and trigger defections from within. Final conclusion. The magic solution President Trump has found is the golden key to changing the face of the Middle East. Continuing the Hormuz blockade while maintaining maximum sanctions will lead to the regime's automatic collapse with minimal costs. The world stands before a historic opportunity. The Mullahs regime is not a partner for peace. It is a cancerous tumor that must be excised. Any new agreement would be a mere sedative injection, allowing them to build nuclear bombs in secret while they continue to hang the brave in the streets of Tehran. Do not negotiate with a criminal regime whose fall is written in the coming months.